Hello. Just to make sure we're on the same page, this should be on YouTube channel James 13 Wicca. Um, I'll put other information below, like the decks and how to get a reading. I'm just gonna make this really quick. If you're near Herkimer, New York, I am doing personal readings. I'm doing in-person readings near Herkimer, New York. If you want to look that up, if you're near, shoot me an email. I'll tell you the details. Otherwise, you can get a reading from me. Shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much. And let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Taurus? The Wheel of Fortune, first card out. I should not roll my eyes about that, but Taurus, I'm just not thinking you're a fan of the Wheel of Fortune. That's all I'm saying. That's why I rolled my eyes. I'm like, really? That had to be their first card out. That's it? Okay. Well, all right. You know what? Just because that's the first card out doesn't mean it's going to stay there, right? So let's find out where this is. One more. That's it? Okay. This is an opportunity. Okay. Whatever's been going on, there's been a lot of communication leading up to this. Okay. So, now, I'm still not going to think that Taurus is a fan of the Wheel of Fortune, but I'm getting with the communication leading up to this, there's something isn't right. I'm getting that I don't like how things are working. I don't really trust, like, it's like, I don't know if communication is on par with what's happening. It's almost like people are saying, like, this is what we're going to do, and they're thinking it's going to work, and you can see that it's clearly not. And then they're like, no, it's going to work when we do this. And then, nope. So the Wheel of Fortune coming in, I feel like communication and the way things are working out, not linking up correctly. And it's causing some type of block or issue. You might be dealing with somebody who talks out of both sides of their mouth, if you will. Or like, at the very least, they're out of touch with reality of what actually happens. They say what they say. Sometimes you got those people who just want to be in control or just want to be the center of attention, and they blah 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 blah, but it doesn't really work. It doesn't really make sense. It's almost like some people forget, like, you can't just talk out of both sides of your mouth, we'll say that, and expect everything to work out just because you're making sound. You got to have something to build on. You got to have something of structure. Something has to make sense here, what you're saying. You can't just talk in circles and expect whatever happens to work out for you. And I feel like this might be a thing with this. Like, somebody talks and talks and talks, and they talk in so many different directions. And then whenever it works out well, they're like, exactly like I said. And you're like, you didn't say anything. Like, you just said, you didn't say anything, person. This is the situation where the Wheel of Fortune is coming into play. And the Emperor is coming in with it. This is unexpected for sure. With the Wheel of Fortune coming in and then the Emperor stepping forward, I'm getting... The Emperor doesn't have a lot of patience for people who talk out of both sides of their mouth. And the Emperor demands the truth. They demand it. They don't put up with it. And they can be very brutal about it. I don't know that you're upset about it, but like the Wheel of Fortune is kind of like, I don't know where this is going. This person's coming in, they're kind of calling things out, but I'm not really trusting that this is going to work out well yet. I'm kind of like, I don't know where this is going. Can we just get a little bit more about how Taurus feels about this? Where the energy is going? Yeah, I feel like this shouldn't have been a thing. I'm not comfortable with it when it happens. I got the Judgment reversed, which is kind of like, yeah, all right, some of this needs to be called out, yes, clearly. But like the person coming in, I'm just like, I'm not confident that this is going to actually go well. The energy coming in is very disruptive. And I'm just like, yeah, I know we need to fix this stuff, but we can't just let everything just go to pot while we do that. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I understand that this needs to be fixed. I'm not arguing that. And I keep getting that energy. Like, I'm not going to argue that it needs to be fixed, but I just don't know about the way we're going about it here. Like, we got to keep things going. We got to keep those plates spinning. But the way this is going, we're not spinning the plates. We're grabbing them and throwing them on the floor. And I'm like, I don't know about that either. I don't know if that's an improvement from what we were dealing with. So the way it's being corrected, and I'm like, where is this going to go? Is this going to cause us more problems later on? I feel like that's one of the things that makes me nervous. It's like, this energy is coming in now and causing a lot of disruption and trying to fix something, but are we going to have bigger problems later because of how this is being handled? Is this good today, bad tomorrow? And I'm nervous about it. Okay. I'm trying to pull back a little bit. I'm trying to go with it. I'm just not comfortable with it. I'm feeling like this is what has to happen. It's not really in my control. I'm trying to find a different way to stabilize what I have to deal with. I'm just trying to make sure that, like, if this person comes towards me, I have my ducks in a row. I'm like, well, this is why I do this. This is why I do this. And this is why I do this. I'm just trying to keep my ducks in a row. And I'm trying to move forward with it. I'm trying to accept it because I don't really know if I have much of a choice. I'm also being as self-sufficient as much as possible. I'm being self-sufficient as much as possible. Going into this next spot. Okay, what is this? I feel like I got the Fool card coming in for you. I just feel like it's naive for me to say you're just going to go, okay, and jump into it. Yeah. The truth is out and I don't like it. I need to stabilize things. Whatever's going on here, I feel like whatever was disruptive seems to have calmed down. It's when that stuff has calmed down. This is the next phase. After that has calmed down, at least enough to where I don't feel like it might be coming at me for no reason. I got more of an idea, like what it's looking for, why it's here, what it's doing. Like I have more like, all right, it's not going to give me a hard time because I'm not doing anything to give me a hard time. So I'm like, all right, I think we're going to work fine. I guess it's okay. I just don't feel targeted. How's that? I don't feel targeted at this point. So I'm trying to go forward. I'm trying to get along with the energy. I'm trying to make it work. I'm doing my best with that. I feel like a possibility comes forward. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get along with people. I don't know if this is going to be better. I'm not really convinced yet. You got the, this is the High Priestess, which balances the good and the bad. There's some things here that are good. There's some things here that are not good. And I don't really know if this is going to prove to be better down the road. I just feel like, it's like, I'm trying to find a better analogy. I just feel like this is brutal. I'm worried that I'm trading one crap sandwich for a crap wrap. Like instead of it being in bread, it's now in a wrap. Instead of being between two pieces of bread, I just feel like, is this just the same thing, just looks different? Is it pretty much the same thing? That's what I'm worried about. Okay, there's possibilities here. Let's see where this is going. You don't have to parent the situation. You don't have to be the parent of the situation. You don't have to look out for other people or try to make the situation work, which is ironic because Taurus is a success energy and they take their responsibilities extremely, extremely to heart. And when you have decided something's a responsibility, I'm getting that, like, you're going to be like, well, I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to look out for the people who look out for me. That makes sense, but they're saying you don't have to do that at this point. The situation, I feel like the situation for a time being, a possibility is to not look out for everybody and to not try to make the best choice for the situation. This might be more of a situation, a point in time to where it's just a possibility, where you kind of look at it like, the way this has been, the way it's currently going, maybe this isn't for me. Really. They're saying, because there comes a change here. When this thing starts to switch over, that's the easiest point for you to dismount. And it may not be like, for example, if it's a job situation, it's not like you're going to be like, well, I'm done, and you just quit and run out the door. I don't see that happening. It doesn't seem realistic for Taurus. Possibly. I just don't feel like most of you will do that. Maybe, some of you. If you do, there's a reason, there's backup, you can afford to do so. For a lot of you, though, if that's the case, though, it's kind of like, the reason we're saying this is the best time for you to dismount is like, you're not going to walk away from this job right away, but this is where I'm not invested in how other people are handling it. I'm not invested in the job itself. I'm already like going, okay, this is just for now. This is just for the paycheck. Let me see what else is out there. Let me start researching what else is out there. It might be a process, but if you don't get over invested and you realize like, you know what, I don't like this. I don't want to do this anymore. And it keeps switching around. And I feel like there is that little, another reason it might be the easiest time to do it is because I feel like I'm uncomfortable. I am a little upset about not feeling the stability here that I demand. I need the stability, and it is not here. I don't feel like this situation has the stability that I need in life. And this is the best time to make that decision if you're going to. And I feel like for the people who are going to get up to this point, you've maybe toyed with the idea once in a great while, but this is kind of like more moving in that direction. Instead of just toying about it, thinking about it here a little bit there, this is kind of like taking some steps, like emotionally not investing in this situation anymore and starting to like just peer around the corner. What's over there? What's over here? What else do I want to maybe try? The situation is a little weird. If this reading is hitting, whatever you're dealing with, it's a little bit something else. Yeah, you gotta be careful, because I feel like if you end up looking out for other people and you do get invested in this situation, if you let yourself do that, it's gonna stagnate and it's just, you're gonna feel stuck. I don't feel like the loyalty, there's something about the situation, even though things are changing, it's still not good. It's like, it's kind of, again, like instead of a crap sandwich, we got a crap wrap. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, instead of it being sandwiched between two pieces of bread, it's wrapped up in a tortilla or something, really. There's going to be other people abandoning this situation because it's not healthy. They're going towards something else that's better for them. Other people are going to be walking away from this, is what I'm getting. You're not going to be the only one if that happens. So I just feel like I don't want to be late to the party. If I'm making peace with this in the beginning, especially if you're looking out for people and you're trying to make sure things are going to be okay for them, and then all of a sudden they leave, I feel like that's going to be very upsetting. So, I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. Watch it in your own life. Is this how this is playing out? Is it not how it's playing out? Sooner or later, I do think you're going to have to go on from this situation one way or another. One way or another, I do feel like you're going to have to move on from this situation. And if you're that pivotal moment, if you're already in that direction, it'll be easier than not. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, I don't know, because I get the Seven of Swords with the Devil card. The Devil card actually isn't bad for you guys, because it talks about boundaries, and it talks about harsh realities, harsh boundaries, swift and severe consequences for breaking such boundaries. And I feel like I'm out. I feel like there's going to become a point where I have to go. I don't really have a choice anymore. And if you're already getting ready for the battle ahead, it's not going to be that much of a battle for you. That's the thing. If I'm already there, if I'm already going that direction anyway, and it's just kind of like, well, now I have to go. It's kind of like, well, I was preparing for it anyway. I was getting my ducks in a row. I know what I'm going to do. All right, I'm out and I'm going here. If I'm prepared for it, it's not so bad. I don't want to pretend like you're going to be all skippy, happy, woohoo about it, but it's kind of like, yeah, no, I knew it was going here. I wasn't invested in this anymore. I knew at some point I was going to go anyway. So now that I'm getting kind of pushed out anyway, so this is where I wanted to go. I got my ducks lined up. I'm just going to go that way. Again, not skippy, jumpy, like woohoo, happy about it, of course, but it's a lot less stress. It's like if stress is like, if you have a stress meter from 1 to 10, 1 being like, it's not a big deal, 10 being like, I can't live. If you invest in this situation, it's like 8 to 10, depending on the day. It could be very stressful when it pushes forward. If you go the other direction, it might be like a 3 to a 4, 5 at the most. 3 to 4, 5 to the most, which is a big difference. If you think of a pain scale, I feel like that makes a better connection with that. This was quite the reading. This was interesting. I mean, this is just going to be one of those, it's either happening in your life or it's not. And if it's not, then this reading wasn't for you. So we don't have to worry about that. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you again for watching. Have a great day.